Hey guys, it's Josh with Flip Hackers, and we're here to help you crush it in real estate investing so you can have an awesome lifestyle. In today's video, we are going to break down how you can get started in real estate. So if you're a beginner, you are in the perfect spot. I've been a broker for over 10 years. I've done hundreds of fix and flip. I've done thousands of wholesale deals, and I own tons of rental properties. So I'm going to break down the different paths you can go on in real estate investing, give you the pros, the cons, and the earnings expectations for all of the above, and you can decide which path is best for you. Now, make sure to stick around till the very end, because I'm going to share with you my favorite type of real estate investing. And this is something that even if you're brand new, you have no experience, even if you have no cash or credit, you can literally apply this method and get your first deal in the next 30 days. It's going to be awesome. So while you're here, guys, smash that like button below. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm, and leave me a comment. Let me know if you're brand new to real estate investing or if you've been doing it for a while, and please let me know what market you're in. I will read all the comments. I'll respond to you. I can't wait to connect with you. Let's crush it. All right, guys, so let's get into it. So I want to talk about the 4 big ways to get started in real estate and start making money. Now, this is not all inclusive. There's other things like being a hard money lender, etc. But these are the big 4. Let's get it right here. All right, so we can get a real estate license. Now, this is a big one, and you might think, well, that's not really real estate investing. I'll get into more of that in a minute. But this is a big one, and I think that everybody who's going to do real estate investing long-term should definitely look into getting their real estate license. The second way is fix and flipping the property. The third one is passive income property, so buying rental properties. And the fourth way is through wholesale real estate. So let's dive into each one of these, kind of go over the pros and cons, and talk about the earnings potential of each one. All right, so the first way we can make money is getting our real estate license. Now, with our real estate license, there's a few things to consider here. Why would you want to get your real estate license? Let's start off there. Well, your real estate license is going to be a huge tool no matter what you do. You're going to save money on commissions. You're going to be able to negotiate your own deals easier without having to go through a broker or a middleman. You're going to have access to other properties on the market and comps. It's going to help you in that regard. It's going to help you figure out your numbers, where you need to be, what you need to pay, etc. So it has so many advantages. It also will build credibility. And a lot of people will say, well, with your real estate license, you're taking on another liability by having your license. I don't think that's really true. I think that whether you're just an investor or you're an investor that has your real estate license, it's really important that you do the right thing always. And if you do the right thing always, having your license is going to be a big tool. I don't think it's going to get you into any more trouble. On the flip side, if you're not doing the right thing, whether you have your license or not, you're going to get in trouble. So it comes down to just doing the right thing, but having your license is going to be a huge asset. Now, to get your asset, what are you going to need? You're going to need 90 hours. You're going to do classroom work of 90 hours. You're going to get a textbook, and then you're going to need to take your real estate license exam. In most states, you're going to take a state test, then you're going to take a national test. So I'm actually a licensed real estate broker in the state of Arizona, and I've had my license now for 11 years, and I got into real estate investing because I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad Poor Dad so many years ago, and I thought, I'm going to get into real estate because I want to do investing, I want to have passive income. And when I really dove in, I'd been in the car business at the time, and I dove into real estate investing, the first thing I did was got my real estate license. At the time, short sales were really big. This was right after the Great Recession of 2008, and there was tons of houses on the market. Prices were crashing. It was really like the worst time to get into real estate, but that's when I dove in. I said, hey, if I can make this work now, I'll be able to make it for the long run. So that's what happened, but I needed my license to negotiate with banks in short sales and foreclosures, so that was a huge tool, but it's just kept giving back for the reasons I said over the last years. I can comp properties, I have more credibility, I have MLS access, it's amazing. All right, so now let's get into the money. So with real estate, having your real estate license, you can make a lot of money or you cannot make very much money. The average real estate agent doesn't do that many transactions per year. My advice to that, don't be average. If you're gonna actually make money as a real estate agent, then you're going to want to focus on building a team and focus on getting listings. If you get listings, that's going to bring the buyers. You can get commissions from helping people list their house. You can get commissions from helping people buy their house. And if you build a team, you'll be able to do more transactions. So that's the path you're going to go on if you want to become a real estate agent to make the most money. And you can focus on different niches. I think luxury is a great niche because the commissions are that much bigger. Now, most real estate agents are going to make 3% on each deal. But here's the thing, that 3% is gross. Then you're going to have your broker fees, your license fees. You're going to have a split with your team possibly, or if you own the team, you're going to have to pay a bunch of overhead. So it's not like you keep this. But that is a good way that you can make money. Now, going back to the reason I bring up getting a real estate license, if we're going to be an investor, it's going to be an amazing tool. So we're probably not going to focus as much on trying to make 3% commissions. We're going to go for bigger paydays. So let's look at some of the other types of ways to make money that we might be able to make more money than simply just making a real estate commission. All right, so then we got the next way to make money in real estate, which is fix and flip. So with fix and flip, you're going to need to know several things. Up at the top, you're going to need to know values. That's going to be important no matter what you do in real estate investing. You've got to be able to determine what you need to pay for a property and understand what your exit strategy can be. So by understanding things like ARV, which is the after repair value, or the most a property could possibly sell for with updates and stuff like that, is going to be crucial. Then you're going to have to understand your cost, your repair cost, build in your profit, and figure out what your maximum allowable offer needs to be. Now, this is a great way to make money in real estate. A lot of people, when they get going, go into fix and flip because this is a value add method, meaning I can buy a property, I can do something to it to improve it, and then sell it for more money. Now, when you're focusing on doing something to the property to improve it, you're kind of putting on your general contractor hat. So you kind of have to take a break from real estate investing and manage your vendors and your subcontractors and your general contractor and that sort of thing. So if you're really going to focus on this, one of the most important things is going to be building a really solid team that can run your projects, because when you have these fix and flips going on, you're paying typically high interest to hold these properties. You're tying up money with your down payment, with your repairs, your updates, and so you're not going to get that money back until it sells. And so you want to move as quickly as possible, minimize the interest, maximize the cash velocity to get out of the deal and get paid quick. Now let's talk about how much money you can make on fix and flip deals. Oftentimes, fix and flippers are going to shoot for about a 10% margin. So if they're selling the property at $200,000, they probably want to make $20,000. If they're selling $1 million property, they probably want to make $100,000. Now, this is a general rule of thumb. It's going to vary depending on what market you're in and how hot or cool the market conditions are at the time. That's a very good general rule of thumb. And so clearly making 10%, as opposed to we're talking about real estate agents making 3%, is a higher profit margin. However, in doing your fix and flips, you're going to spend a lot more time on the actual project itself. Like I said, that value add time where you're kind of taking off your real estate investing hat, putting on your contractor hat, your designer hat, etc. But it can be a lot of fun. One of the hard things about fix and flip is it's difficult to scale. So a lot of people, and I found myself in this position, I started doing a lot of deals, I had fix and flips going on, and I realized, oh my gosh, I have hundreds of thousands of dollars tied up right now just in down payments on these different fix and flips I'm doing. I have this giant monthly nut I got to cover at the end of every month to cover the interest payments on my properties. I'm putting all this money into design and updates and repairs into this property. So you get these good paydays and then it goes right into the next projects. And so it can be a cash crunch, and it also takes up a lot of time, which can stop you from spending your time doing marketing and working on sales to get your next deal. So sometimes people want to get into wholesale, which I'll talk about more here in a minute, but then they start doing fix and flips and all of a sudden they have no time for lead generation and conversion because they're spending their time being a contractor, managing the fix and flip. But it can be a lot of fun. You can make a ton of money. This works in just about any market cycle. The idea would be buy it as cheap as you can, make it super nice, compare it to the neighborhood. Like, you don't need to do a luxury remodel if you're on a first-time buyer neighborhood, etc. But make it nice for that neighborhood. Do what's selling for the top price ranges as far as your finishes, your kitchen, your floors, your bathrooms, that sort of thing. And it can be a lot of fun. You can make money fix and flipping properties. Now, the third type of property, wait, can we make this disappear? There it is. The third type of way to make money in real estate investing is through passive income and owning rentals. Wait, where is it? There we go. Passive income, rentals. Now, this is where you take money, you buy rental properties, and then you hold those rental properties, and they pay you every single month in the form of cash flow, ideally. So that means that after your property taxes, your insurance, your mortgage, your maintenance, your repairs, your management, there's money left over, and that's what you call cash flow. Now, there's other ways you make money on your rental properties. One way that you can make money is you hold them for a long time, the value of the property goes up through appreciation, and you make money in appreciation. Another way is called amortization. See, after that mortgage, hopefully you're cash flowing, but a certain percentage of that mortgage you're paying should be going to the principal of the property. So in other words, every single month your tenant is paying down your property for you. That's what we refer to as amortization. Now, passive income properties, rentals, they also have a ton of tax advantages. You have phantom income. Now what this means is every year the property's older. So the government says you can actually depreciate the building, which means every single year you get a tax write-off for the building basically getting older. And this shields money that you would have to pay on taxes that now isn't considered income because you're able to write off that depreciation. It's awesome. So passive income is great, guys. I love rentals. I have a lot of rentals, and it's something everybody should focus on. But to build this up, you've got to have money coming in. You need that down payment. Now you can go out there and borrow it, which is one of the huge advantages of passive income, is that you can use leverage to your favor. You can use good debt. So the bank will put up 80%, you might only have to put up 10 or 20%, and you can still get cash flow and ownership and appreciation and amortization and these tax advantages that I was telling you about. But the cool thing about it is that it has huge leverage. That being said, most of the time you're going to need to come in with some sort of down payment to get going. So you need to be making money to support your lifestyle and your life and your family and all that stuff. Then you need extra money that you can put into passive income properties and grow that portfolio. And I promise, if you grow rental properties, you manage them well, you will make so much more than you would by throwing your money in the stock market or into an index fund or something like that. One of the keys to understanding passive income and getting really good at making money is understanding how important the management is of it. Now you've got some big expenses with passive income, you've got management, you've got vacancies, you've got repairs, and you can minimize those things by having good systems in place and good procedures, both for how you maintain your properties, how you update your properties, but also how you select your tenants and things like that. So passive income is amazing, but you're going to have to do something to make money so you can start buying those passive income properties for the most part. Now there are exceptions. I've actually bought in properties where I got paid to buy the rental property. I bought a property last year in Indiana. I got that property for $70,000. I took a loan for $85,000. So I put $15,000 in my pocket, plus I own the rental property, and it was cash flowing. Now, in order to do that, you're going to have to pay attention to the next way of making money in real estate investing, number 4, which is wholesaling, because that's how I was able to do that. So here we go. Let's talk about the 4th, and this is my favorite way of making money in real estate investing, wholesaling. So wholesaling real estate is amazing. The reason I love wholesale so much is that you don't need any money to get started. You don't need any credit. You don't need any experience, and you can do it all and make money with no risk. So what wholesale real estate really is, it's selling contracts. You put a property under contract, and then you sell that contract to somebody else. So let's say I go knock on doors, or I make cold calls, or I go driving for dollars. I do something that allows me to find properties where the homeowner might want to sell it as is for cash, avoid repairs, that sort of thing. And I get this property under contract. So let's say I find a property, and the property's retail value is $150,000. And I go and I talk to the seller, and I find out that the house has been vacant for a couple months. It needs a couple little repairs and updates, and they don't want to put any money into it. They don't want to hassle with the realtor. They don't want to deal with showings. They just want a good offer that's as is. They probably owned it for a long time. They probably have a lot of equity, and they want the easy button. So I make an offer, it gets accepted, and I buy this property for $95,000. Well, if I've got a property under contract for $95,000, it's worth $150,000, and let's say it's worth $150,000 as is, meaning if the fix and flipper came in here and updated it, maybe they could push that to $165,000, $175,000, but we think it's worth $150,000 as it sits. We get it for $95,000. Well, if the property's worth $150,000, we could probably sell that property quickly for less, maybe $125,000, really quick. And I can show you guys how to get cash buyers overnight if you want to do this. Click this video right here. So if we get the property under contract for $95,000, buy, and then we sell it for $125,000, that leaves a $30,000 spread that we get to keep. That's our profit. Is that amazing? And you can do this and you get paid really quick. So I'll give you an example. We just did a deal here just literally last week. The lady, well, here, hold on, let me erase this. Okay, so we bought this house. The lady, she called in, she said she wanted $300,000. We offered her less. We ended up agreeing to $280,000 for this property. And this was the purchase price, $280,000. Okay, now I looked up this property and I saw that this property had an ARV, which is a maximum retail value of $365,000. Now the pool's in rough shape, it needed a couple repairs, and the property needed paint, some flooring, some basic things, but overall it was in pretty good shape. It was a newer house, 2-car garage, tile roof, tile floors, built in the early 2000s. We were able to pick this property up for $280. ARV was $365, and I could tell that this property, as it sat, was probably worth about $325. So we bought this for $280. It's probably worth about $325 on the retail market as is. We put this property out at $295, and we sold it just like this. And again, you can click on this video to figure out how to get a cash buyers list that you can instantly sell your properties to when you get good deals like this. But we literally sold this property within minutes. We collected a $10,000 non-refundable deposit from our buyer, meaning if they back out for any reason or they don't close, they give up the $10,000, the title company will give that money to us. And then we closed. That property was vacant, so it was awesome. So we did a 2-week close with the seller. We got it sold the next day because we took pictures while we were there getting the signature. And we told the buyer, hey, we need to close in 7 days. We knew the house was vacant, so we knew that the seller would be excited to close a little bit early, get her money. And we literally made $15,000 with no money, no risk, nothing. And I think the whole thing was start to close in like 8 or 9 days. So it's amazing, guys. Now, what would happen if I couldn't sell that property? Well, it's still a real estate contract. There's usually due diligence, so I could back out of that. Now, this is wholesaling real estate, guys, and that's called an assignment fee. When you get it for this price, you assign it for a higher price, and you keep the difference. That's an assignment fee, and you can make so much money doing this in wholesale real estate. And if you do this, it's not only going to help you make a ton of money, it's also going to help you free up your life and have an awesome lifestyle. So guys, one thing that's cool is average profits on a wholesale deal, I found over time, over my last 11 years of wholesaling, to be about 10% of the purchase price. So this one, you know, I would have liked to make $25,000 or $30,000. In fact, in my career, my average has been over $20,000 profit per wholesale deal, but I would like to make 30. This one was a smaller deal, only ended up making 15, but I'll still take it. I didn't have any risk. I didn't have to put out any cash. I literally just had to find this lead, close this lead, and then sell it off to a cash buyer and collect my check. So it's awesome, guys. And if you, like I said at the beginning of this video, if you want to be a real estate agent, understanding how to market and get these sellers to come to you that want to sell your house is going to help you get more listings and blow up your business. If you want to do a fix and flips, understanding how to go directly to the seller to get this discount right up front is going to help you make way more money on your fix and flips than buying it from a wholesaler like me. If you want to buy rental properties, being able to go out there and identify where you want to buy a property and be able to market to that and find a good deal and lock it up with built-in equity is going to help you that much more. You're going to cash flow that much more on your properties. You're going to have that much more equity. It's going to be amazing. And finally, you can make a ton of money just doing this. So what I think the recipe is, guys, the formula to success, what's changed my life, is to focus on wholesaling, make a ton of money here, and then with that money, buy passive income property. So there's a link down in the comments where you can learn all about how to do this right here. I have a full course walking you through the marketing, the systems, the contracts, the templates, the scripts, everything you need to know. So go to therealestatecode.com, check that out. Also, again, that's going to be below in the description, or click this video to learn more about wholesale real estate right now.